Hey y'all, so I'm finally doing a makeup tutorial since so many people asked, and if you're watching this, it's either on Instagram, Facebook, or our new YouTube channel. Is that the key list? Yeah, it is. So I'm Kels, if you don't know who I am, and welcome. So the first thing I like to do is start with my eyebrows. Eyebrows are so important. I'm using the NYX or NYX Professional Makeup Pencil in the color, I think this is Espresso. Pretty sure, yes, Espresso. So what you wanna do is you wanna follow the natural shape of your brow, okay? If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at a mirror. Right here, I'm gonna show you. You see that little arch? It's because I plucked them too much myself, but we're going to fix that. So you basically wanna draw how you would like your arch to be. You see that? Super easy. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So now it's on to the story while I fill in my brows. So if you don't know me, I'm Kels. And I grew up on the south side of Chicago. So basically, there was this boy. His name was Curtis. And I forget the girl name that liked him. You guys see what I'm doing? I'm filling it in softly as I'm creating that shape. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to fill in too much here. Curtis was popular. And there was this little girl, of course, that liked Curtis. But guess what? Curtis liked me. I know. I get a couple of girls coming to me asking me if I like Curtis. And I'm like, no, he likes me, like he came to me. When I tell you, next thing you know, I had about maybe 10 girls following me home. Like literally following me home. 10 girls. So I'm walking, and I'm walking real slow because again, I thought I was bad. I thought that I could beat up 10 girls. So I was like, okay, they want to follow me, fine, they can follow me. I walked real slow because I wanted to make it known that I was not scared. Get to the house, go in the house, change my clothes, because I'm like, okay, if they're gonna fight me, I'm gonna be ready. Come back out, and the whole school is there. Like, not just the 10 girls, but the whole school. Okay, y'all, so now we're about to clean up the brow, make it nice and sharp. What you need is a concealer brush or a flat brush like this. This one is the NYX brush number 10. Boom. And what I'm gonna do is use my concealer. The concealer that I like is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and the color is Caramel. But I like it to look a little bit more natural and not so light underneath the eye. So I'm actually gonna mix my foundation and my concealer together, so it's a nice shade. So I come out, and not only is it the 10 girls, but it's the 10 girls and everybody at school, because you know how it is. You see a fight, you wanna be there. You wanna be there like, ooh, I saw such and such get her butt whooped, yada, yada, yada. But baby, my mama wasn't having it at all. Y'all see that? So we're just following. We're following along the the eyebrow line, the shape of your eyebrow. And then what you're gonna do is just drag that concealer all the way down over your lid for a base for your shadow. So yeah, my mom wasn't having it. She came out, baby, had a couple of things to say, and next thing you know, all those girls was gone, and the school, everybody that was there left. Now what we're about to do is we're gonna take a beauty blender. I'm sorry, this one is dirty because I used it all week. It's time for me to clean them. This one is the Sonia Kashuk beauty blender sponge. I have a ton of them. You can get them from Target. They're super inexpensive. And I'm just gonna blend this out like this. Just like that, you see? See? Yeah, baby. So they proceeded to have someone mess with my brother. When I found out that they was trying to mess with my brother, it was not good for nobody, okay? And I just remember me fighting. Like, I literally was fighting everybody. I was fighting everybody. Dudes, girls. I was fighting it. I was like going crazy. Because ain't nobody about to mess with my brother. Like, you just not gonna do it, period. A little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. And set them real quick. Boom. Brows done. Y'all like my puff? Okay, so now we're gonna prime my face because I like to set the skin before I start my eyes. I'm not gonna put on foundation yet. I'm just gonna put on a little primer and then we're gonna work on our eyes. So I'm going to use the Photo Finish Primer and Moisturizer by Smashbox. I'm just gonna do a couple of pumps. Put it on the back of my hand. And then we're just gonna prime the face. And to be honest, I'm not a foundation girl at all. Like, I wear foundation only when I am going to an event. I am going somewhere that I really wanna have an extra beat, like face, I want it to really sit and give you life, then I'm going to wear foundation. Because I really believe that if you have really good skin, you should not put so much product on your skin. Try to let it breathe as much as you can. And that's what I like to do. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a little bit of this Sunbeam, and this is by Benefit Cosmetics. I love this stuff. And I actually got this trick from Jackie Aina on YouTube. She didn't use this, but she used another glow product. And I basically put on this highlight, this glow highlight, underneath the foundation. So I just have like a radiant look. Look at that, bomb. So now I'm gonna go in with this palette. This is the Naked Urban Decay Heat Palette. And I literally love this palette so much because look at the shades. Oh, blending brush, this blending brush. This is the BH Cosmetics 7 brush. It's a fluffy blending brush. And I'm gonna use this for a transitional shade in this palette. This is actually becoming one of my favorite colors. The color is called Low Blow. And it is this one right here. So we're going in with that fluffy brush that I just talked about. Lightly, very lightly, sweeping it back and forth. And you just wanna raise your eyebrow while you're doing it so it can create shape in the eye. Do you see that? It's so soft, but it's so pretty. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking a clean blending brush. It's very small taper blending brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna clean around the edges of what I applied. The key for me to flawless makeup is just to blend. You gotta blend your life away, okay? Now, one of my favorite things to do is to take a little bit of orange, and people get so scared with orange, but I promise you, if you are a woman of color, orange is your friend. Okay, do alert. It looks pretty. And I'm just gonna take just a little bit, and we're just gonna tap off the excess. And I'm just going to sweep it across the top where I put that transition shade, just very lightly, very lightly. And you see that? It's so light, but it's so pretty. Basically what it does is just warms up the eye. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of the NYX eyeshadow base. And this color is called Skin Tone. And I'm gonna put it on my lid. And I'm actually gonna use my finger. So that's done. And can you guess what we're about to do now? We're gonna blend again. I know. I'm telling y'all, blending is the key. It's the key. Just blend, 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 blend. I'm going to use this BH Cosmetic large eyeshadow brush in 130. It's a big brush, big boy. And I'm gonna go to this color, Dirty Talk. And again, this is in the Naked Heat palette. Ooh, look at that. What I'm doing is I'm packing on the product like this onto the eyelid. You see that? So pretty. Super, super pretty. What makes me so excited is makeup. That is so pretty. Let's ask Bay. Bay, do you like this?
Yeah, it's nice.
He said it's nice. So pretty. How we just pack that on like that. Now let's do the other side. You know, honestly, I just think it's something that girls, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but where I grew up at and how I grew up, girls just felt like you had to like be down with your friends. If your friends didn't like somebody, you don't like them. Like, you know, and that could be everywhere, but just like where I grew up, it was just tough. It was tough. But I had a lot of good memories too. Like being on a cheerleading team and, you know, while I was in grammar school, I made some of my closest friends in both grammar school and high school, and still friends with them to this day. So I would never, ever, ever change anything. None of my experiences. Yep. But I thank God for how I am now, because the person that I was back then, again, I was a child, but the person that I was back then is definitely not who I am today. It's not who I am. Thank God for that. Thank God for growth. And if you're still dealing with those type of situations, my advice to you is to just try to really look inside yourself and find self-growth. Figure out what you want to do with your life and do it. Don't let your atmosphere, where you were born, where you live, define who you're going to be as a person. Going back in with this BH number 7, going back into Low Blow, that first transition shade that we were using. If you feel like you have to be with the in crowd and you have to do stuff like that, what you need to do is separate yourself. Separate yourself and be your own person. Period. That's my little story time about how I almost got jumped. I couldn't believe it.